Welcome to my week in the life with a Pixel 10 Pro XL. All sorts of crazy stuff happens in this video. Come with me to Berlin where we stress test this phone completely to the point where it actually breaks, and there's tons of insane experiences we have throughout the journey. I know the video's long, but trust me, you guys want to grab some popcorn, lock in, because this one's going to be a fun one. So this was my very first time traveling to Berlin. We just landed and we're on our way from the airport to the actual hotel. Now I'll be honest, I thought this was Germany and we'd be on the Autobahn and we'd be a lot faster than what we're going at right now, but looks like not every highway has that speed limit. Right off the bat, what caught my surprise was the architecture here. Every single building is so aesthetic. It's so very different compared to what I'm used to here in Canada. So this is it. How's the journey?
Buddy, the longest journey of my life. And we still can't even check in yet.
I know.
It's 12:47. I think I can make it to at least 8 p.m.
Yeah. Are you gonna push it?
No guarantees.
I am friggin' exhausted. I feel like my trip to Taiwan was easier than this. This just crushed me, man. So I just got back to the hotel and I just absolutely crashed. I told myself like maybe 1 or 2 hours of nap. I think it's been like three and a half, but look, I really wanted to get the Pixel up and running and going so that I actually start doing the whole vlog and stuff today. And switching between like platforms is never easy. I was on the iPhone earlier, then I switched over to the Fold 7. I was using the Fold 7 for a solid like 2 months, loved it, had to switch back to the iPhone, and now having to switch back to Android again and the Pixel entire ecosystem. So it's gonna take a minute. For now, let's hit the city. I gotta grab a bite to eat. Maybe we'll come back and get some editing done. Germans, baby, look. Everywhere. Freaking G-Wagon right there. So I just spent like the rest of the evening just walking around town, and man, I gotta say, this place is such a vibe. Everybody's just outside and everyone's super friendly. They're just sitting around grabbing a bite from these street vendors, and it's just, man, the architecture, the buildings, the weather, the cars, everything was just perfect. Just walking around town really put a smile on my face. Just pulled up to this nice little burger place. Also hello. Okay, fun fact. The time right now is actually 2 p.m. Okay, here's the thing. Toronto is 6 hours behind. I could not sleep for the life of me last night. I don't know why. I was up till about 7 a.m. I have an appointment at 3 and we're getting late and Shomes is waiting for me. We gotta get out of here. As for the Pixel, I still was not able to fully set it up yet, but I guess we'll set it up throughout the day and slowly switch my SIM card over. I still need to do that. Bro, I'm cooked, bro. You can tell in my eyes, like I literally just woke up.
This guy was supposed to be awake like 2 hours.
Look, I'm gonna be upfront here. The Pixel 9 Pro XL was probably my favorite Android phone of last year. In fact, probably one of my favorite phones of last year. I absolutely love the new design language Google's really leaning hard into. It looks really smart. And I also love how the phone feels in your hand. I don't know what they're doing with like the sides and the actual glass back, but this thing feels incredible to hold. And not to mention stock Android, I will always get behind it. I absolutely love stock Android. Now look, this is the 10 Pro XL, so it is quite a bit larger, but I gotta say, man, the way that they've designed this phone, it doesn't feel too obnoxiously big. You're still able to one-hand it, you're still able to kind of reach the corners. You do have to reposition your hand a little bit, so there's that, but for the most part it is pretty much one-handable, and I don't have that many issues with it. IFA Berlin. Perfect, thank you so much. On top of the fact that we were late, we just realized we had like a 20-minute walk to get there. We're cooked. After going through an absolute maze, we finally made our way to the event. This was actually an event by Ecovacs to showcase their brand new robot vacuums. They now added this reusable dustbin inside, which is a huge game changer, and not to mention one of my favorite features, these things can now actually go up and down different levels. Also, they had these like insane automatic like cooking machine thingies. I don't know, they're like robots I guess, but like, yo, we're cooked, because these things were just making these like awesome stir-fry noodles and stuff. Oh man, I was glad.
Chums, I don't think you'd fit in here, bro.
I might.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think so. I think I would. See? It pays to be short.
That's what I would tell myself.
Look, the Pixel 10 Pro XL doesn't actually have a brand new camera set, which on the surface might seem a little bit disappointing, but I gotta say, with the new Tensor G5 chip, these guys have really perfected camera processing, because the processing is now better and you have better stabilization, and not to mention that crispy 100x zoom I'm gonna show you examples of.
Right off the bat, the photos on this thing are pretty good. I'm gonna also shoot some video now, because that's like the deciding factor for me a lot of times between the iPhone as well as the Pixel. Let's see what it looks like.
Look, I gotta say, man, I think the video quality on this is still somewhat lacking. I think Pixel phones and Android in general have a long way to go until they catch up to the iPhone. Like, even going through this footage, like, we didn't actually have any log settings in order to film, and it's just something about the jitteriness of this. But look, at the end of the day, when it comes to camera, Pixel still wears the crown, but on video front, I think we can do better.
One pro to being tall, I will give Shomes that, is that his strides are probably much longer, so he probably covers more ground.
We then had to walk over to literally the entire opposite entrance of IFA, which was about like 5 kilometers away, just to make it to Showstoppers, which is another event within this event.
We've been walking for far too long. I forgot what country I'm in right now. I'm just trying to make it. They're wearing like a hoodie shirt. I don't even know what the hell that is. I found out what that was today. Apparently it's like a hoodie, but like shirt. This place better have food. New update. We got here, but there's no AC in here, and it is piping hot. Like, it's much nicer outside.
We ended up walking around for a few minutes, but no AC was just crazy, so we ended up leaving. But then we realized, holy crap, to get an Uber, we gotta walk like another 5 kilometers.
Ah, bro, this is crazy. There's no Uber from here. Yo, Shums, what if like you take one of these bikes? I'll sit on the back here.
Think you can fit?
I might be able to, bro. I might just be able to. Hey guys, we got Mercedes freaking taxis here, bro. Right, Chums, first day impressions. What are we thinking so far?
I think, no offense against Berlin, but CES is better.
Bro, like the whole time I'm walking, literally in my head, all that's playing is, did it all work out? And I'm just like trying to like get the will to live here.
So I just went ahead and spent like a solid like 1 hour just making sure, dialing this phone in exactly the way that I would like this phone to be dialed in. On the homepage, I usually throw on like Notion, Instagram, YouTube Studio, YouTube, Telegram, Messages, and then I have like a quick folder here for like productivity apps that I use the most. And then of course I have some other social media that I don't use as much. Usually like to have like my calendar here. This is not fully updated. This page, I just have some other quick apps that I like to have in reach. So I know like a lot of people are like, the moment they hear AI, they're like, dude, don't talk to me about AI. Like, I don't want to hear. Some of these AI features are actually really legit, okay? I just pulled up Uber Eats right now, and the problem is everything here is in German. So I don't know what they're saying. And I can just go ahead and then long press on the bottom here, pulls up AI, and it asks me what I want to do. I just hit this translate button, and look at that. It just translated it all from German over to English right where it is. It's pretty cool, right? Like, especially if you're like traveling and stuff, having an option to like do stuff like this on the go is like really helpful. Let's go, let's go. We're gonna just kick back. No kids to bother me. I do miss my kids. I spoke to them like a few times already. But so I got some downtime eating my food, watching a TV show, and then it was back to work. Man, I had to literally crush out this edit, which I had to do for DJI, and I had to post it the next morning. So literally took me the entire night. Time right now is 6:19 a.m. I'm absolutely destroyed. Good night, guys. Hey, good morning. Brand new day today. I woke up at like 1:30, so it's like, what, 6 hours of sleep or something. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. Very similar to last year. And it's not a bad thing. Last year, the Pixel 9 Pro XL was my favorite Android phone of the year. It ended up being one of the best phones to use over on the Android side. Combination of like this frosted back glass and like the stainless steel sides, I believe, that aren't glossy, that give you a nice amount of grip. And overall, the way the phone feels to use, I think they absolutely knocked this one out of the park. That being said, people are calling this the iPhone of the Android world, and I don't think they're wrong. Feels very much like the iPhone. In fact, I would go as far as to say it feels better than the iPhone in your hand. More on this in a bit, but I gotta get this edit done. One of the things that makes me keep going back to my iPhone is because of content creation, right? So I just, for example, just finished editing my videos live, and I wanted to just transfer over some photos in order for me to post on Instagram. AirDrop is just so much more convenient if you have a Mac, right? Like, because I use Final Cut Pro for my editing, I'm kind of locked into the Mac ecosystem, and being able to like transfer footage and photos back and forth on like a quick whim, like that is like, it's like a game changer. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of the content creators actually have an issue switching over to Android. I don't know, are there any really good options out there? I found like a few workarounds here and there, Snapdrop or something. These workarounds can get kind of annoying because you gotta first upload them on your computer, then you have to like scan the QR code on your phone, then go to the website and then download it from there. So it's just like so many extra steps where you can just drag and drop with AirDrop. Meeting up with a few friends, finally trying to do something a little bit exciting.
I refuse to let a bad
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? How's it going, lads? Very good to meet you, man. Finally, yeah.
Turn a barn into a mutiny. One of them and then we handle it brutally. Y'all not sick, you got immunity and lack the continuity. I leave them in the dust and stack bread cause I'm moving things. Speed reached a new high when I started.
Pixel Pro 9 Pro folds. So that was the only Pixel I've ever had. I like the rounded edges. It feels very comfortable in the hand. Perhaps what I like most is this.
There you go.
A lot of people don't realize how important this is, and not so much for charging, but for propping purposes. And to me, this is a win in my book. I love it.
Boom, look at that. Well, look, the feature everybody was excited to check out is the 100x zoom with the AI post-processing and see how good it was. So he actually gave it a chance. He tried to shoot something that was all the way down the street and just to see how good it looks.
Look at it, Texas. Oh, look at this.
Look how clear that is. Look how clear that is. Yeah, absolutely insane.
That's AI, right?
Yeah, so he uses like AI upscaling or something, but it's so good.
I like the shape of it.
The shape is nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any lag or anything?
No lag or anything like that. The Tensor 5 is pretty good so far.
Because when I heard him say I use the Pixel Fold,
Yeah.
I actually did. I do own a 9 Fold, but
Oh, okay.
so I like that one. I like naked Google, naked Android.
Yes.
If that makes sense. It feels good in the hand and all that. Like an Android iPhone, honestly.
That's what people say. Yeah.
It's a nice phone, nice looking phone.
I would much prefer this in terms of like looks than the new iPhones, to be honest.
It's a silly thing, but let me show you the wobble comparison. But if I was typing on this, right, it's like, whereas here, nothing. Sounds like a tiny thing, but without the case, it's virtually impossible to use this. I mean, and it continues. Yeah.
We then made our way over to a restaurant called The Meat, which was actually quite fantastic, but that's where it finally happened. Fate caught up to me.
Do you see it? Look at that. Cracked all across the bottom. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can. And like there's like a pretty big gash over here as well on this side. So basically what ended up happening.
Has this ever happened to you? I basically left the phone on the table and it slowly started apparently sliding towards the edge and I had no idea, and then eventually it fell off and fell to the ground.
Which is why now I have a case on my Pixel. Go caseless, they said. It'll be fine, they said. Okay, nonetheless, one of my favorite things about this phone is where I'm in Europe. The plugs look like this. As prepared as I usually am, forgot everything. But today I'm gonna be saved by this, which is a MagSafe accessory, and I'm pretty sure it works on the Pixel with the Pixel Snap. Yes, let's go. Okay, it's kind of cool, and like, it's a pretty good connection too. Like, this thing's not going anywhere. Having Pixel Snap is such a game changer because I remember going to an iPhone and thinking MagSafe, this is it. Like, you know, this really simplified my life. Similarly, Pixel Snap is going to do the same. I'm so glad they did this, but we're gonna enjoy this for the rest of the day. I gotta head over to IFA. We're getting late. So, yeah, let's go. Rise and shine, bro. This is the earliest I've woken up.
That
I love you only. Just be mine, and I'll be yours forever.
I swear all my footage of Shomes looks like I'm doing like some really low angle shot. It's not the height, okay? That's just the look I'm trying to give here.
I'm 7 feet tall, bro. 7 feet.
I then stopped by XGIMI's booth in order to check out some of the new projectors that they were showing off here. I gotta say, one of the concepts that I really liked was using this portable projector by plugging it into like a PS5. I could totally see people using this inside any of their bedrooms or smaller rooms and just setting up this projector and having this massive screen to play Xbox or PS5 on. Also, huge props to my guy here for taking his job so seriously. I don't think I've seen him smile the whole time I was there. So as I walked around, I went to the sponsor of today's video, Elegoo. Man, I gotta tell you guys, I've never tried 3D printing before and I was actually blown away by their booth. Okay, so these guys wanted to show me what their printers can do and like take it in. This is all furniture made by their 3D printers. And I actually tried sitting on a bunch of their things like this curly chair, this stool, and even their butterfly chair. I also got to see other household items like home decor, portable speakers, AI robots, and even these really impressive resin models like this Predator model or this mask and even this chessboard. Now look, going into this, I actually had zero idea what FDM and resin printers were, and maybe some of you guys don't either, so here's a quick breakdown. So FDM uses melted plastic filament to print large, more durable parts with a lower cost per part. So from what I understand, these things are more popular, more user-friendly, and cost-effective. This one's one of their newer, more beginner-friendly models, starting at just $299 called Centauri Carbon. Or if you wanted to get real serious, you also have their Orange Storm Giga, which helped build a lot of the furniture. And on the other end, you have resin printers, which basically use UV light to cure liquid resin for high resolution, intricate objects, but are much slower, more expensive, and do require more complex post-processing. You also have their upcoming Jupiter 2, which will give you super high quality prints, or you can even step up to their 16K Saturn printers for maximum aura. I think these are super cool. I'll have them linked in the description down below if you're interested.
My guy's just going around from booth to booth getting food. I told Shomes, let's just go, let's do work. And he's like, nah, I want to have some slushy. I'm like, yo, okay, fine. For his sake, I came down here.
If it's free, give it to me.
There you go. Oh, that looks great.
Man, look at the sadness in Shom's eyes. I felt so bad for him because he brought me and all the crowds here to get some of the slushy, and then they didn't even just serve him. The big cups which I got were out already, and now even with the small cups, he just wasn't giving it to Shom's. He was literally standing there asking him, yo, can I have some? And he would just serve everybody but Shom's. Or just ask him.
I did. Only for the 30 minutes.
He brought me and literally everybody else here. He gets no drink.
I'll live vicariously through you.
And then at the brink of time, when the slushie was almost out and the machine was literally falling apart, he finally got it. But look at this.
This is karma for all the times that I made fun of Tausif for being smaller than me.
Short kings. My guy got a Listerine cup here. He's just gargling his mouth. He's done already. I'm still got like 90% in there. He's got a POV cam, then he's got another camera here. He's got another camera hidden off over here. Now this man here means business. He's here to work. Look at this guy. This guy's not here. He's here to eat.
To be honest, it's a 9S. I love the phone. It's still a good phone. Love what Google do. Did a camera test on it, and Google still nailed darker skin tones when it comes to like pictures. But unfortunately, like the video ain't changed. When I say the video ain't changed, we still don't have 4K in video portrait mode. You know, we still don't have native 8K. Like, I love what Google's doing. The main thing is AI, tensor performance increase, TSMC and all of that. But I don't know, man, it feels like a 9S. And that ain't a bad thing, but we run with it. We'll make it work, right?
Literally summed up my entire video.
I know,
My guy summed
I don't
up my
even say
video.
anything about it now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Learning that basically this is the area that we're in is West Berlin, you said, right? There's two city centers. This is like the west side, and if you know the history, this was not the communist side, but the east side was the communist side. So the east side will have like different architecture. Apparently it's more like Russian inspired. Building here is very European design. And that's when I finally saw the monument that I was trying to head to. This is the Brandenburg Gate, and it's an 18th century monument, probably one of the most popular landmarks in Germany. I was excited to go shoot this with my phone and my camera, and now I was fully charged almost to 88%. I also tried the full range of the camera here, exactly like how a tourist would. I tried all the different lenses from ultra wide to telephoto, even the front facing cameras, and man, I gotta say, always impressed. Video could be a little bit better, but I'm curious, what do you guys think about this? I have no idea what she was saying because she was speaking German, but yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so one of the things that Google always touts about is the actual AI features. So I'm gonna see how helpful it is actually. So when you come out to like a place like this, let's say you wanna know, okay, what are all these people looking at? What's the historical significance here? I'm gonna activate Gemini. What we can do is we can actually go live here. I'm gonna turn on the video mode over here.
Are you interested in learning more about the Brandenburg Gate or the surrounding area?
Yeah, tell me about what I'm looking at right now.
The Brandenburg Gate. It's over 200 years old and has seen a lot of history. The quadriga statue on top, that's the chariot and 4 horses, was actually taken to Paris by Napoleon's army after they conquered Berlin in 1806. It was returned after Napoleon was defeated in 1814. It was a symbol of division during the Cold War when the Berlin Wall was built right next to it. When the wall fell in 1989, the gate became a symbol of unity and freedom.
Very cool. What's beside it over here?
That's the US Embassy on the right, and the building to the left is part of the Academy of Arts. Do you want to know more about either of these?
Yeah, I heard there's also a Russian embassy nearby here. Do you know where that is?
Yes, the Russian embassy is located at Unter den Linden 63 to 65, which is about 700 meters from your current location.
Man, I gotta say, so like this AI, like Gemini, has been so helpful. Like I won't even lie. I've been using Siri for like even basics tasks, and Siri's like just doesn't know. Like it always just pulls a blank on me. It's like, oh, should I ask ChatGPT? Apple has a long way to go here, but Gemini is absolutely clutch. It kills it every time. No issues whatsoever. And this whole like lens thing where I can see and just ask questions back and forth, so darn helpful, especially if you're like traveling or doing anything. I think, yeah, like this is what it's all about, right? At the end of the day, it's the information age. I want to be able to get information quick, like at my fingertips. Being able to just point my phone at things and be like, hey, what's going on here? I love that. So apart from all like the niceties of like beautiful camera and whatnot, like every phone is doing that. I think the real difference maker nowadays is how good is the AI integration, how good is the information integration into these phones, and how helpful are these AI agents. And I honestly gotta say, Google Pixel is one of the top in the market right now, and they're absolutely crushing it here. But let's go ahead and walk around a little bit more.
I wanted to actually take a minute to mention the zoom capabilities of this phone, because the AI enhancements on the max zoom on this are actually insane. But here's the thing, they sometimes work incredibly, but sometimes just straight up goofy. This example, man, I took a photo of this zoomed in and let AI work its magic, and watch this.
It's working hard. Nah, no way, bro. Yo, y'all gotta see this photo though. There's no way. Nah, bro. Gemini made him a monkey. That ain't right. That's crazy.
But look, here's the thing. All these little party tricks aside, the Pixel is a solid camera and probably one of the best cameras you can find on any smartphone. I had an absolute blast traveling with this phone. I think the Pixel is such a great everyday camera. I mean, everything from the photo quality to actually using Gemini. And honestly, I think Gemini is probably the best phone integrated AI currently, right? Compared to Chat or Claude or anything like that.
I want to make some quick like Instagram posts. I noticed that there's like people and stuff on the bottom there. I'm gonna see if I can use Magic Eraser. Let's see how good it is. On iPhone, it's not that great. Sure, let's erase them for now. Yo, I need this person gone too, please. Okay, that's sick. Take out literally everybody from this photo. Now this is Instagram worthy.
I then wanted to see if I could actually see parts of the actual Berlin Wall, which is what this gate was meant to commemorate. And while I was doing Gemini Live, Google quickly looked it up and told me where to go. I asked it to then pull up the directions to it, and all without leaving the app, it pulled up the Google Maps directions, and I was good to go.
I actually did it, so we got ourselves a scooter. I just wanted to experience it and see how it is. It's my first time riding in like a very long time, so wish me luck. This is the Berlin Wall. Part of it, at least. There's like a watchtower and everything there. Let's go check it out.
It's always crazy to walk back in the footsteps of history and to just see and just feel the emotions that may have occurred here. Like, this area is the iconic place where people used to peek through this little gap and look over to the other side. And to just stand here and do the same thing, it feels kind of surreal.
Remember the thing we were saying about like the architecture being different? It's so true. Look how different everything here looks.
Crazy how literally a few years ago I was a full-time accountant at KPMG doing audit, and now I'm touring the city as a full-time YouTuber. It's insane how far a lot of prayers, hard work, and determination can get you in just a few years. I spent the rest of the night hanging out with a few friends for some nice steak dinner, and then it was time to call it a night.
Okay, couple quick things here.
We're just about to embark on this journey back home. I just wanted to share a couple quick thoughts on this Pixel 10 Pro XL. So I did experience really bad battery life the first 1 or 2 days, and then it just became incredible, which is what I expected because they have the new Tensor chip, they have better optimization this year. And the other thing I want to quickly mention here is how much I absolutely freaking love Gemini. I know I mentioned this earlier in this video as well, but it's just so much you can do with it, right? And I didn't have to jump from like app to app, and that is what makes this phone special and different than a lot of the other phones out there on the market. And that's what we're really gonna want to see with our phones becoming smarter. So yeah, I gotta get going right now. We're getting late. I gotta take the Uber to the airport, so we're gonna go downstairs, meet Shomes in the lobby, and let's get going. Special shout out for Shomes for helping me out with this, bro. I didn't bring a charger and Shomes hooked it up. He literally let me borrow this like every single day. Literally without him, I wouldn't have any content. Huge shout out to Shomes. Go follow this guy. Also guys, this candy, we've been downing this all trip. Bro, it's like literally crack. I don't know what they put in here, but like keep them for the road, Maybe you can grab more when we head down. Shows. What are you doing, brother?
Never wake up on time,
bro. I got more for the ride. Shomes never really fully commits. Don't listen to his reviews. Look, he still has his iPhone out. Why do you have your iPhone? Yeah, but why do you have your iPhone now?
Because I was trying to take a picture of this phone.
Okay, there.
Come on, yeah.
How you holding out? Pretty good? Did you eat?
No.
You didn't? Why didn't you just come?
The hunger will keep me awake.
This guy's like thinks he's living in some anime, bro.
Airplanes are probably the best way for me to show you guys actually what the AI zoom looks like. Still kind of wild that I'm this far away and got those shots. Here's another example. But every now and then again, it humbles you a little bit and shows you that it's only just AI doing this.
Brother, see you later, man.
Take it easy.
It's a pleasure. End of a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, until next time, man. Take care. You too, man.